Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. Today's date, it's December 23rd of 2022, and it's 7:15 a.m. in the morning. I've been up for a few hours. I fired up uh, OBS, and I can't even remember what the problem was with it. Something to do with the camera. Was it the camera not recognizing the... Anyway, I messed with it a little bit and I just gave up. It went back to Manicam. I think the only complaint I have with Manicam is the virtual camera, that it creates. And I haven't found any way to tell it to stop that. I've gone through everything, and not just today or this week I've been struggling with that forever. It's something built into it, and there's supposed to be a way that you can disable that. I haven't found a way to do it. It just is a pain in the... because then I'll try, if I have Manicam running, and then I try to use the same camera or something, it'll say, well, that the camera is occupied or something like that. So I'm back. This is Manicam running again. So it looks like OBS is just kind of out of it for a while. I mentioned the other day that I also own, I own Video Suite, and I got a problem with that, and I've actually paid for it numerous times over, paid for it. Now the last time that I did, which was fairly recently, I had forgotten that the time before that when I purchased it, what was it doing? Oh, yeah. It's like it's a virus program in a way. They have it set up like, I load it up. Okay, I'll go ahead and use, I'll use Movidia again. I'll remember, I had some complaints about it, and then I paid for it, and then I saw immediately what the problem. Then I remembered that I had, and in fact, I think I probably made a YouTube video on, I'm never, ever going to use, this program again. It ought to be classified as a virus program. And what they did was, with the previous version, and I forget how far back this type of thing goes, is, they set it up where, I paid immediately for it, and it was registered, and then every time I would start it up, it would say it would pop up with these things and it would pop up with numerous windows popping up and saying that I'm not sure if it popped up that I could purchase it when of course I had already purchased it, or if that's when it was popping up and saying, okay, we've got a good deal on, these other things you can buy, the things you can, use in the thing. And so, but anyway, and then I deleted that a while back after I paid for it, and I hardly used it. And then I forgot and paid for it again, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or a month ago or something. And it pops up. I could show you that I'm not going to do it. I could show you the things. I've paid for it. And when I start it up now, it pops up and the thing says that, the new version of, and I paid for the new version. And the new version is, and then it'll go across the top, the tabs, there'll be like 7 or 8 tabs that load for some reason, a blank page or whatever, and it's something to do with I guess the people who write the software, they must have another group of people who write the thing to try to make sure people purchase the software, and even though I paid for it and whatever, it's popping up these things that it tries to fill with announcements and things about it. And it's God, and they've sent me things saying, how do you, please review our product, or not review it, but please, post a comment about how well you like our program. And I haven't bothered to. I don't think it's even. I don't think it would even work with those people. So, and I was so mad the time before when it had the way it was set up that I thought, this is a virus program. I should just blast the hell out of them and complain, and then I thought, to hell with it, I'll just delete it. And I deleted it, and I don't know, after X amount of time, then I went back and thought, well, I think I've used this before. I remember something about it, and I went ahead and paid for it. So, and OBS is and I think with OBS also that it has the one of the options is for using, for like, of course, using this camera here, or how many ever cameras I hooked up. But it's the virtual Manicam thing, and I cannot figure out how to. I haven't gone to their site. I mean, the only time I've gone to their site is to pay for it, or whatever, Manicam. I haven't gone to see if, how do you get rid of the fire, And I've gone through all the settings that you can, imagine, all of the things for Manicam, and going to all the other, Windows things where you go through and list, things that you don't want to, and it's a pain in the butt. Got my new shirt on. It's really warm, well, because it's a sweater, I wonder what my project is for today. Of course, I've got this other computer over here, and I've got the Avery Media camera on it now. I guess maybe today might be a day to jump in there and try to really learn how to use. I'm going to look at some YouTube videos, because there's a whole bunch of them for the, let's see, DaVinci Resolve. There's a whole bunch of help files and little lessons and everything on YouTube, and let's go see what's going on YouTube. Here's OBS settings. I see on I'm using Chrome. Well, I've been using Firefox and two or three others and everything. And I just untagged them from the from the line. I forget which one it is. It's one of the browsers that I really like, and it has this. When it starts up, it loads up a page. Now I should be able to find and delete that, but I have tried. And it loads up a page with all kinds of their crap. And it should be easy. It should be easy to solve. But I went in and looked for it. I went to the menu and down to whatever they call it, where you set things up. And I set it up that I wanted it to load, with my start page. And I did all that kind of stuff, and it still loads their page that they have, and they have picked out they've got every link you can think of. And then of course you can go in, I don't have that much time. I'm 81 or whatever. I don't have that much time left to delete every one of these. They've got Amazon, they've got Walgreens, they've got everything you can think of, and they've got it all, set up there. I mean, come on. Trying to think of a name of the TV show. What was that? 30 minutes. I think it might have gone to an hour. A long time ago. What was the name of the? Pretty good. It was like strange things or whatever. Anyway, they had an episode, and I forget the details of it, but anyway, somebody comes, God or devil or somebody, I don't know. Okay, you've been selected. Here is a box. You can push this button, and it will kill who you want to kill. Or was it that you didn't have? I think it wouldn't make sense. It had to be somebody you wanted to kill. And there is absolutely no possibility that anybody will know that you did it. It will be, you just push this button, that takes care of them, they're gone, or whatever. And then Twilight Zone, that was it. So what, if you watched the Twilight Zone. Yeah, and I forget what the ending, of, I mean, must push a button and, I don't know, kill his wife or his mom or dad or something. I forget how the thing ended, They had an episode where a guy just didn't like people. All he wanted to do was read. He just wanted to read. He didn't want any, and so he got his wish. Everybody in the world died except him, and he had poor eyesight. All he wanted to do was read, and everybody in the world's dead, and and then he breaks his glasses, and he has no way to get another pair of glasses or something. Then they had an episode where a guy is the devil or something gives him the thing where he cannot be killed. He's going to live forever. He can't be killed, and so I guess he he does a few things, kills a few people, and there's no repercussions. They can't do anything can't do anything to him. And then he kills somebody, and then he gets life in prison. And of course he's going to live for like forever. And I guess I should check CNN and then let you guys go and do whatever you guys do. Please don't tell me what you do. I definitely think, and I thought for a long time, that Trump should be barred from holding. It's written into the Constitution or whatever that. And that would take care of, and really the Republicans should, a whole bunch of, not all of them, not the, living dead Trump hardcore supporters, but I mean, there's Republicans, there, and a few of them were in that camp, and then a few of them have been slowly moving over it, like, oh God, this guy's, Trump, has just destroyed the Republican Party, and whatever. So there's people that have moved, and so those Republicans who they may be afraid to go against Trump, or they may be afraid to even say anything about him, but they would be very happy if he would just, be out of the Republican, party, and the whole thing wouldn't have to deal with him. And here's a way, not just the Democrats, but here with this use of this barring the person from holding office, any office, in the federal government or in a state government. He would not be allowed to do that. That would take care of these Republicans who, don't want to, they could say, oh, the Democrats, Democrats did this, and, well, we love Trump, and we would vote for him, and we would do this, and we would do that, and he just would be not available, So the Republicans might jump in on this thing and be in favor of it. And it's also fair. I mean, he committed treason and everything else. And so definitely, he shouldn't be able to hold office ever. Something needs to be, just unbelievable that, something needs to be done. We've never had anything like this. This is not the same as Nixon, and not the same as Bush, saying that torture is, enhanced interrogation. That this isn't the same. Trump isn't the same as authorizing, torture, waterboarding, and everything else. Those things were bad, but nothing compared to, and there should be some way that if you could just get through to the Republicans, hey. You don't want people to have a decent health care. You don't want the people to have health care. You don't want them to have a decent hourly wage, and all these things. You don't want the people to have that. Okay, fine, but my God, don't elect a Hitler, Mussolini. Don't do that. There's a limit. There should be a limit. we've had, we have history. We can look back and see how these type of people work and what happens. And two, you would think that those people would see the handwriting on the wall. Mussolini being hung by the people, him with his mistress or whatever, hanging next to him from a light pole or whatever. And you'd think people could look and see, Hitler, having to commit suicide down in a bunker, with the Russians, outside, getting ready to come in. They were already in Berlin, and they were just a few streets away, You think these people, on the other hand, the story was that Trump was a big fan of Hitler. I think his family or somebody said that he had a book on Hitler next to his bed or whatever. I don't know what he was, I don't know what he was reading and doing with a book about Hitler next to his bed. I mean, if you read the book, the history or something like that, that's fine. But to keep it by your bed, I don't know. This seems a little bit weird to me. And then too, we saw, Trump took, when Trump took office, his best buddy was, Kim Jong-un or whatever his name is of North Korea, and other people. You wonder, And with the supporters that Trump got from the Republicans, it's just unbelievable. The born-again Christian people. Why? I can see people saying, well, Trump's a lot like Hitler, and Hitler built fantastic roads, and the trains ran on time, and that's, this kind of stuff. I could see that. That's crazy, but I could see it. But, it's just weird. The born-again Christian people should be, if you check my videos that I've made, if you go back a little bit, you'll see that I say, hey, I don't agree with their issues. Give money to your pastors, and the money will come back to you tenfold or whatever. I remember actually I ran across that. That's back when I had cable television or whatever, and I'd be flipping channels, when I had the cable with the regular TV channels or whatever. And I went by the 700 Club, and the guy was there, whatever his name is, and then he has this lady there. I don't think it's his wife, but like she's a well, not a co-host or whatever, but she's there to feed him. Oh, whatever this guy's name is, And this is honest to God, whatever this guy's name is, Okay, there's a letter here. Now this lady she's married, and she's 80 years old, and she's in pretty poor health and everything, but they donate to the 700 Club, and the husband is in bad, he's in bad shape and everything, and really he can't afford all of his medications. He can only get some of the medications. He can't afford it all. And the wife, the husband is telling the wife, well, we can't afford all of the, we'll have to cut down our, donation to the church a little bit. And she says, I told him no, we gotta take care of God first. We gotta give, give our share or whatever. And then the lady, who's talking to the pastor, whatever. This is the same pastor who, and I don't know if I remember seeing that or if somebody else, it was played in someplace else I saw it, but this is the same guy. What's his name? Let's see. Let's go. Gotta go with this guy's. Let's see. Okay. Wikipedia. The 700 Club. Okay, I think that's it. Christian Broadcasting Network. The 700 Club has been in production since 1966. Jim Bakker, okay, was initially hosted by Jim Bakker. And I don't remember if I just saw Ray, but she, so this lady's asking Jim Bakker, well, she's telling, her husband that they need to keep giving, to, even though he can't get all of his medicine that he needs to live, that, now she might not have said that, but she said, that he needs his medication or whatever. And then she asked Jim Bakker, and then he says, the wife is right. He needs to continue giving to the, however he puts it, he needs to give. In fact, God rewards blah, 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 and they should increase their, the amount that the wife should tell the husband, we need to increase the amount that we give to God. Oh my God, Jim Bakker. Oh, he's the one, and there again, I can't remember because it was a long time ago whether I actually saw it or where I saw it on the news or someplace else, where Jim Bakker, and this is not a strange thing, this is a regular thing that he does. Okay, so and so wrote in for could you please do I have cancer or whatever, dying, and could you pray for me? So then he's okay. I come closer to the screen. Okay. I see the cancer. And then he does some praying, whatever. The cancer is being removed from you. The cancer is being removed from you. You are free of the cancer. It is gone. God has blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. I wonder if Jim Bakker is deceased now. Probably not. I don't think those people kind of die. Wait a minute, that's not Jim Bakker, is it? Yeah, that's not. I guess he's really, really young. Okay, it says he's 82 now, so I guess that is. Wait a minute, maybe. No, that's Jim Bakker. Wait, no, that's. Okay, maybe I'm getting these people mixed up. Well, they're all the same. Yeah, I don't think it was Jim Bakker. Because Jim Bakker's with Tammy Faye Bakker, his wife, and I know they're not the same. It's not the same. So it was a 700? I know it was a 700 Club. Let's see. Okay, what's that other one called? If it's not the 700 Club. Anyway, the guy I was talking about, it's not. I don't know whether this guy cured cancer and that. I think these people even. I see a leg growing back. Okay. Anyway, I need to start doing something. 7:44 a.m. About time for me to go back to bed. Thank you very much for watching.